one jacket and two tops from 1.5 yards of fabrics. In my opinion, that's incredible though. I don't know about you, but that's my 2 cents.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there.
Welcome back to my channel. My name is Silem. If you don't already know, welcome. If you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, please consider subscribing. I make videos like this. I show you how to make outfits without sewing, and I feel like that is something unique because I know how to sew. I'm a fashion designer, but I understand and I relate with people that don't want to sew or don't care for sewing. But it's interesting that they can still make outfits out of just a piece of fabric, and that is why I'm here to teach them how to do that. And even if you know how to sew, it's also nice to save time because sewing takes time, you know, stitching and weaving and all of that. It takes time, and pattern making. It's a simple, quick, easy, beautiful way to make outfits out of fabrics without sewing. So please consider subscribing, and if you haven't seen my previous no sew projects, please click the link right here, up here. Click it now. No, don't click it now. Wait, watch this video to the end and then click it. Thank you. Today I'm going to show you how to make a wrap top, and I'm using one of my favorite fabrics. You already know scuba. Scuba is my favorite fabric, but today I'm using the thin version of the scuba fabric. I already have trousers that I made with the same fabric, but I used the thick version to make this trousers. And when I saw that same color of fabric in the store, I quickly picked it up because I need something for that trouser. When I made that trouser, I didn't make it with a top for some weird reason. So I decided to use the opportunity to make a top for that particular trouser that I have. So yeah, I actually sewed the trouser, so don't think it's a no-sew trouser. This is the fabric I'm talking about. It's a thin scuba fabric, and yeah, this is the fabric. So I actually bought 1.5 yards of this fabric. However, I was able to make one jacket and two tops from 1.5 yards of fabrics. In my opinion, that's incredible though. I don't know about you, but that's my 2 cents. If you want to see the other top and jackets I made with this fabric, then definitely stay tuned. I'm going to upload them on this channel, so subscribe so you don't miss it, okay? So if you want to see how I make this wrap top, please keep on watching.
So I'm doing an illustration first with a piece of paper. The first thing I did was fold the paper in half, and that's how I'm going to fold my fabric shortly. And after folding the paper, I'm just cutting out the armhole. And then I'm cutting out the belt. Now I'm going to follow that same process with the right dimensions with my fabric. So I'm folding my fabric in half, just making sure that it's nice and smooth and not wrinkled. And then from the top, I'm marking 5 inches downwards. From that point, I'm marking 6 inches across. From that point as well, I'm marking 5.5 inches downwards, and that serves as the length of my armhole. I'm just tracing that line, and now the width of my armhole is 3 inches. Now the length and width of your armhole could be more if your arm circumference is wider than mine. My arm circumference is 12 inches, and that's why I'm using 5.5 length for the armhole and 3 inches width for the armhole. But if your arm circumference is wider than mine, maybe if your arm circumference is maybe 14 or 16, you have to increase these measurements for the armhole. So I just traced an oval shape at that point, and now I'm making a hole in the center where I'm going to cut along that oval line I marked, or the oval shape rather. Now this is a scuba fabric, and it's about 26 inches. It's more than half a yard, so it's half a yard and then some. So I wouldn't really call it half a yard because it's a bit more. It was what was left from the last no sew project I did. I just decided to because I had just 1.5 yards to make 3 items, so I decided to just share it in a way that I'll be able to get the most out of the fabric. So it's just a bit more than half a yard. So if you have 1 yard of fabric, you'll be able to make this perfectly. So all I'm doing now is just trimming the armhole. I'm trying to make the cutting as neat as possible because there'll be no sewing. And please use the sharp scissors for this, because if you use a scissors that's not sharp, it could get really tacky. It wouldn't look really neat. So now from the bottom, I'm marking 1 inches width, and that is for my belt. So I'm just going to continue marking that 1 inches along the fabric, but I'm going to stop at a particular point. Now the point I'm going to stop is 8 inches from below the armhole. So I marked 8 inches from below the armhole, and that was where I stopped marking that 1 inch measurement. So I'm just going to cut. So the belt goes up until 8 inches below the armhole basically. So that is it for this wrap top. I'm going to show you how I wear it as well.